Okay, we are about 15 seconds into the live stream. Welcome to everybody who can show up today. I know my postings have been a little sporadic here and there, but there is a reason for that. And I'll be honest, interactions have not been the best lately. So, trying to just keep on chugging along has been, well, a little bit difficult, a little bit unexpected. But anyway, rambling aside, you guys are here to see if I may or may not ruin my art. And why am I wording it like that? Why is there scissor cutting noises in the background? That's because I've decided it's time to give some of my artwork some new life. I've had these ones with me for the last, actually, ever since making them. They have followed me to my crafting shows, and I have put them up for sale. This one I even have make me an offer. That way, if a kid really liked it, then they would make me an offer, keeping it low price, and I would take it or even go lower. But these have stuck with me, and after staring at them for longer than I'd like to admit, they just don't feel like they are finished. Let me get some stuff out of the way. These do not exactly feel like they are finished. And then I have a bigger one here beside me that has also followed me around to the previous art shows. Sorry, my dog is having a moment. But all three of these paintings have followed me from all of my art shows, and they have not been able to find homes. So I thought it's time to change it up a little bit. We are going to add something to the front of these. Hello, Gojo Gaming. I'm going to call you Gojo. Thank you so much for visiting the live stream today. You are super duper awesome. So I found a random wheel generator, and I put a list of animals on there. And for this one, we got a butterfly. So we're going to try and add a butterfly somewhere here on this canvas. I could go weird and have it be like this with the new direction, or can just, I don't know. Got to figure that stuff out. But regardless, a butterfly is going on this one. Are they paintings? Yes. So these are pour paintings. And this one actually has a bit of spray paint on top. I took a scale stencil and then I spray painted silver over the top of it. But what I want to do is I want to add something to the front to make it not so boring. Kind of looks cuter if there's something on it like that. Or we've got little Bulbasaur here. It's more of a background picture than a picture. But today, I'm hoping we're going to change that. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you like them. They've been following me around to all of my crafting shows, and they have not had a chance to find a home. So that's what I want to do today. I want to kind of help them out so they can find a home and make somebody else happy. After doing the wheel generator, it picked out butterfly. And I just so happen to have a butterfly here as a template. I won't trace, I'm not going to copy. I'm going to do my best to freehand the butterfly. And I say do my best because I am highly dyslexic. So my lefts are, sorry, my lefts are not always mirrored onto the right side. So I am going to just set this here. And I think the hardest part is going to be figuring out what kind of a butterfly pattern the wings are going to have and what type of butterfly it's going to be with this crazy pattern behind it, because it also has this reflective metallic sheen to it. So painting that's going to be fun. Wait till I share your channel to my wife. She likes painting. Oh, thank you so much. I do pour paintings. I've got spray paintings on my channel. I'm not doing pour paintings for now, just because the environment inside my house, the temperature fluctuates way too much, and that causes the paint in the pour paintings to crack and dry. I actually have a really good example. Okay, so I love everything about this pour painting. Look at all of that craziness. But do you see all of those little cracks and fissures? I mean, it would take nothing for me to just... I'm picking at this right now. This is what happens when the temperature in the environment fluctuates too much. You can see it just pops right off. It's pretty sad. I really love how this turned out. Yeah, nobody's gonna want to buy something that's gonna pick a flake off. You know, if a kid gets their hands on this, they're just gonna be attacking it all day long. But maybe there's a way I can save this. I have some ideas, but one of those ideas include resin, and I'm just not set up for resin at this time. I do have a little bit of experience with resin. Let me show you guys another one. I do have a little bit of experience with resin, but not when it comes to doming and top coating. This is another one that turned out really cool. I love all of the little lacing and the ripples here. And this kind of makes me think of Crazy Lace Jasper. But yeah, this is pretty sad. I love it. Cracks and all. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, I just wouldn't feel right sending those to somebody, you know, knowing they're gonna take it home and possibly lose more cracks. And it just really, you know, it just doesn't look good. So I won't be doing any pour painting during the winter. That will likely change as everything evens out. Again, I'm inside the house and I don't exactly have a temperature controlled room. So yeah. And of course it's not spray paint weather, because just like when you go to paint a house outside, you want the temperature to be pretty steady. I think the lowest you want to be painting in is, I want to say you really don't want to go any lower than like 65. I used to work at a paint store, so I still have a little bit of paint knowledge, but you really don't want to be painting if the temperature is going to be in the low 60s. The paint will not only take forever to dry, but it won't cure properly, which is what happens to those paintings. The top layer dried super quick because it was dry, and then the bottom layer still had a bunch of paint, and that caused it to crack. Okay, so we got our template set out. This is just going to make it easier for me to see it. And we're just going to set this little butterfly up here. And I just printed this one off of a free coloring book website. So I'm not going to feel bad if I copy it. I mean, it's a picture of a butterfly. Yes, somebody had to draw it, but I wouldn't call it somebody's artistic liberty, you know? There are some choices they made that worked well for it, but I'm not going to feel bad if it comes out super similar. Let me see if this shows up on camera. Already I'm making a mistake. One good thing about spray painting is when you go to draw over it and you have a marker like this, highly recommend, by the way. Focus, there we go. So you know what to look for. If you are working on a shiny surface, you can just rub it right off. Okay, awesome. Everybody can see it? Good. So let's just kind of draw down the center here. Don't laugh at my line work. Let's see you try to do a straight line. Here we go. We've got body. My dog is having a meltdown because he's a border collie. And then the wings stretch out pretty gently. And I do think I want to take this near to the edge. Terrible at doing straight lines. Yeah, me too. I mean, I do think we have this natural curve whenever we are doing anything artsy. And then we'll just carry this up here. It might not end up looking like a traditional butterfly, but I mean, you're seeing it here firsthand. It's done by hand, so it's not going to be perfect. Okay. And then we've got, I want to go a little bit further in. And I've got the first little ridge bump there. Yeah, this butterfly. You know, I just had an idea. What if I can figure out a way how to paint the butterfly on, but then any bits that are kind of sticking off of the canvas, what if I was to like, let me grab a feather. So I've got a jar of feathers here with me, graciously donated by my sister's birds. But like, how cool would it be to get a bunch of feathers and actually glue them to be like the wings, you know? Something like that. Of course, I go figure, I grab 2 left wings. But like for the butterfly, let me get this one back on here. Something like that. I don't know. I think that would be... Oh, hi, Legend. Thank you so much for joining me. We are trying to figure out how I'm going to make this butterfly look super duper cool after painting it on this wild and crazy canvas. I just had an idea about using feathers for the wings. I think it might be a little bit expensive in regards to my own current feather collection, But if I can find the right types of feathers, like that might actually look really cool. That's an idea I will have to keep in my back pocket. Okay, and then got to give the bottom wing some nice dimension there. Okay, now this is where things get a little difficult. I can never draw on the... I draw animals facing the left side because I find it pretty easy. But going from the right side to the left side is definitely not something I do too often. And it looks like our butterfly might already be off center. So that'll take some planning. Try and figure out how to make it look intentional while being like, yeah, clearly it was supposed to be like that. Oh, I think I see what I did here. Ah, oh no. It dried. Shoo. A little bit of water nearby. I think I did it. Nope. Well, I did put in the, I did put in the title of this video, Will I Ruin My Art? I don't know if I can call this background piece an art piece, just because of how much of a background it is, you know? So it's like the thing that I put on the background is the art part. Yeah. Butterfly's already off center. You guys have a better view than I do. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with coming back to something like this. And I think that would be a good idea. Because sometimes you just got to step away for a second, reevaluate. And I do kind of want those lines to dry, as if I'm going to be painting over them. I do want them to stay put so I don't lose them, you know? Okay. I did not do a random wheel generator for this one, but I do have something I want to try. You know what? I feel like we've got a couple different options that I have in store for this one. I just gotta find them. Okay, so here's my idea. We can try to do a chalk outline of an owl. That would look super cool. Or we can try and go in with something like this, a little template. Although by doing this, it's going to give us an outline, which, you know, would still look pretty good, pretty artsy. But I'm going to let you guys give this a try. Should I do the horse and have it be an outline on this? Or do we want to try and go for the owl? You like, okay, Vampire Girl likes the horse. Got two other people on here. I'll go with the majority vote. So we've got the owl, or, whoops, there we go. Or we can do the horse. Gonna take a short coffee break. Let's see. I'm gonna try and add a poll and see if something works that way. Owl or horse. Okay, there we go. Give that a try and we'll see what happens. And while you guys work on that, I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to pull out a piece of chalk and do some tests to see if it transfers. Perfect. Okay, we've got our chalk. How well does this... Can I erase it? Kind of looks like it'll end up being part of the painting. I just got to be careful when I put paint over the top of this that it doesn't, or that I actually rub the chalk off. Okay, so don't know if the poll showed up or not. So far we have 1 vote for the horse and none for the owl. What do you guys want to see on this painting? I'll bring it up and give you guys a nice close look. Got owl or the horse. Okay, nobody's answering, so it looks like we are going to go along with the horse. So now let's just... you know what? Let's be smart. And instead of using the chalk, which will end up giving us a really good idea of how it's going to look, I'm just going to lay everything down with the pen here. And then I will paint over the pen. And again, I got these images from a free coloring book website. I just Googled free coloring book pages that you can print out. And I managed to find this one. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I gotta use it. I have drawn horses by hand in the past. And I'll say I'm pretty consistent with them. Although it has been a long time since I have drawn oh my wow. It has been a while since I have drawn a horse by hand. And when I had drawn one by hand last time, I noticed they all really look the same. Like I kind of have a pattern that I follow, which is not a bad thing, but I find it really difficult to branch out with different poses, designs, expressions, etc. If you guys want to watch me struggle in trying to draw a horse, let me know. And I will happily suffer for your entertainment. Okay, we got the crest of the mane going up. Then we've got the rump. And we've got a bit of the tail. I might take some artistic liberties with the tail there. Okay. You guys can just kind of barely see it. That's a-okay. You guys will see it really good soon. Let's get out the paint. I'll be using some tempera paint for this. Works really, really well for these kinds of paintings. Oh yeah, that's right. I mixed this with some mica powder to get some shimmer paint. Works really well. There we go. Select a paintbrush. Let's go for the narrow detail here, since we're working with a lot of thin lines. Let's see, how are we doing for time? 26 minutes already? My wow. Excited to see what it looks like. Oh, thank you. Okay, and I'm just gonna tilt it a little. Oh, I see what we've got going on here. Gonna tilt it up towards me just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. There we go. And I might have accidentally smudged the lines over, but you know, that might make it look like it's kind of underneath the chin, which is actually not a bad angle. And no, unfortunately, I cannot freehand paint horse heads as much as I'd love to. I always have to draw them out first. Oh, that's kind of a big blob. You know, sometimes it's okay to, I don't want to say cheat, but for a lack of better words, use a stencil or a template to kind of help you get the look you're going for. I'd say that's completely fine. And if anybody asks, I will definitely admit, no, this is not my handwork. This was drawn or illustrated by somebody else. But it was on a free coloring book website. So, yeah, neener, 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 I can do it. Oh, there we go. It's coming up nice. And I have used this template once before. I do think it actually, the painting that it was on, I do think it ended up going home with somebody. And I do want the mane to stand out just a smidge. Okay, for the bigger lines. Did I miss a spot? I feel like No, it stops right about here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, crazy dogs. I don't know if you guys ever hear my dogs in the live streams. The walls in this house are like paper thin. Okay, almost done. Got the crest of the mane. We've got the rump coming up, and then we'll have the tail. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. You know, maybe I should at least trace the shape of the butterfly on the other painting and just kind of like, you know, take over on the artistic liberty part because I might have ruined that painting. At least in its current state. Because, you know, sometimes you just need a warm-up piece, and maybe that's just what it was, a warm-up piece. Okay, there we go. Let's bring that booty down. You don't think it's ruins? I mean, the background's untouched, but the butterfly itself, little, I want to say archaic, but I don't think that's the right word. It's yeah, I don't like how the butterfly came out. Just kind of goes to show I don't really draw butterflies that often, so yeah. Muffin. Muffin. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, Muffin is my art supply manager. She makes sure my my pipe cleaners and my paintbrushes are all in working order. She's my cat. Well, okay. Kind of my cat, kind of more like my mom's cat. I kind of stole her. She lives with me now. So she's my snuggle buddy. Okay. There we go. Let's add, let's just kind of color block a little bit of the tail here. So that way, like the forelock, it stands out a bit more. And it just doesn't look like wispy whirls. And I still want the original lines to be visible, so I'm going to be pretty rough in spreading the paint out a bit. That's the awesome thing about tempera paint. You can really push and pull it all around. You really don't need a lot on your paintbrush to do that either. This is kind of giving Frosty Horse vibes. And I like it. Perfect for the upcoming deep freeze a lot of you are about to experience. Okay, we've got these little bits down here. And I'm actually going to, there we go, brighten that up a bit. All right. Not bad, not bad. Now, is this horse done? You guys tell me. Does it look like it's missing anything? Be honest. Tell me what you want to see on it. When you guys decide it's done, it will be done. Because how am I going to know what the people want to see if they don't tell me? This on you. Sparkles. Can't go wrong with sparkles. Excuse me. Let's see. I do have sparkles. And do I still have my Mod Podge up here? Oh, gotta look. Oh, here we go. Ta-da! We have our Mod Podge. I've got a few different sparkles to choose from. I've got whites, silver, gold, blue, red, pink, copper, gold, green. I got all the colors of the rainbow. Paint on my finger as well. Let's see. Got little sparkles. I got some nice big sparkles. Now these are translucent, if I'm saying, or no, transparent. Basically, when I put them on a dark color, they're either gonna shine pink or kind of like a teal green. So that might actually look pretty cool. Or we've got these guys, which are transparent 100%, or they at least have iridescence mixed in with transparent. So it wouldn't be until the light catches them that they actually shine and sparkle. Kind of like little invisible flakes. I think we have just enough time in the live stream to lay down some sparkles. So what do you want to see? Do we want little chunky silver? Do we want pink green shimmer? Or transparent? Let me make sure my coffee is out of the way so I'm not accidentally drinking sparkles. Although apparently that's a thing now. Yeah, some kind of edible glitter you can put in drinks and stuff. I do not know how I feel about that. let me get a little bit of this in a cup. You know, I think it would be really cool to do the transparent sparkles. Maybe a mix of both the transparent sparkles and the blue-green shimmer. So let me get out a skewer. Actually, no, we're gonna go toothpick. And we are going to deliberately place down some sparkles. So I've got my toothpick. We're gonna do a little dab of glue, pop the bubble, there we go. And then we're just gonna place little dabs of glue here and there on the horse, because that's where we want the attention to be. And before they dry, I will sprinkle down some glitter. Hopefully not spill the glitter. Oh my wow. What a mess that would be. And hopefully the glitter will find their little glue dots and stay there. So I'm just gonna reach in for a pinch. Kind of flick it out. Again, I don't want to use too much because I want to be able to save the rest of the glitter. I don't have a dump bin for glitter. Actually, I think the translucent looks, or the transparent looks really, really good. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a few more glue dots here and there. And maybe we can kind of shake the glitter into those areas. And then, you know what? Let's go down this side of the face here. I don't want to go too far forward. Kind of just use the glitter as like lighting highlights, you know? I'm really liking how this turned out. I think the horse was a really good pick. I'll do a little bit here on the nose. I don't know what it is. There's just something about drawing like fantasy horse art that's almost nostalgic, for me at least. As somebody who grew up around horses and every one of my family members had horses, it's like pretty much my life. I guess that's why. Okay, gotta work a little bit faster. I really don't want these glue dots to dry too fast. So then we're just going to okay, nice. And then let's take some of these. These have the blue-green shimmer. This will add a nice little pop of color. And the different sizes will make it, different sizes of glitter will really help to bring everything out. If I can grab it. Almost forgot about the muzzle. Oh dear. I might need to refresh that glue. Okay. Okay, I think we got most of the glue covered. Perhaps. So let's stick our toothpick in there and do some deliberate placements just to ensure the glue actually gets covered in these sparkles, because not all of the sparkles want to stick around. Okay, I do like how that's looking a lot. Does that even make sense? Looking a lot. Looks like a fantasy star horse. It kind of does, doesn't it? It's still giving me winter vibes. Should I do sparkles for the butterfly too? I mean, I already know one of you is going to say, heck yeah. But what I want to know is, how do the rest of you feel about glitter? Maybe we can start a friendly discussion in the comments. Okay, I think I'll go sparse with the glitter here, just to keep up the idea of lighting, or like where the light shines the most is where it's going to be the brightest. So let's just put these down here and there. Using a toothpick for glitter really, really works. So I actually have a tower of glitter. And before I sign off on today's live stream, I'll give you guys a little tour of my glitter tower. And I'll explain a little bit of how I created it. Okay, that looks good. I am pretty happy. Let's do a few more taps of the loose glitter just to get everything knocked off. Excuse me. Just the little itty bitty ones. Okay, so the glitter that you guys see should stay on. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Cool, I like it. Perhaps I didn't ruin it after all. Okay, one moment. Screen's gonna go dark for just a second while I get you guys off the stand. Ignore the mess. This is kind of what I'm having to work with here. So we've got some bottles from when where's my finger? There we go. We've got some bottles from when I was doing glitter jars. We have the baby oil, which is what I use to suspend the glitter in. Then we've got some aquarium sealant, which I'm going to try because I really want to make more glitter jars. Thinking maybe that will help keep the lid from popping off. And then we've got some petroleum jelly from when I was doing resin as a mold release. And then we've got all the glitters. Let's see, can I turn my phone flashlight on? There we go. That's what we're working with. Okay, so here is my gold and bronze collection of glitter. We've got some mica powder right here. And then this is a dollar store eyeshadow. Super fine, super pretty. And then we've got like some extra fine mica powder right there. We've got down here a little bit of, this was alcohol ink made with, I think that's 70% isopropyl alcohol, 99%. So I can make my own colored dyes for when I get back into resin. We've got a green collection here. Can you guys believe that even the dollar store sells mica powder now? I would not trust to put this on your face. Please don't put this on your face. It is not makeup grade. Got some fancy glitter. And then up here we've got the blues and turquoise varieties. Had an entire shelf dedicated to that. Got some funnels for when I was doing resin. Oh yeah, and get this, silicone gloves. That way your resin will not stick to you. Love them. Really, really love them. Gift a friend bought for me. And let me zoom you guys out. Yeah, so basically each tower I have dedicated to a color or two colors. We've got some more resin stuff up here. And some more bottles for when I eventually get back into the glitter bottle business. It's so much fun. I love making them. And then I also have my pretty gift wrap ribbons here on a wall. But this whole rack system, I'm trying to lean back so I can get you a full view. I found it at Home Depot, got it cut to size, and the only thing that's holding it together against the wall, rather than trying to drill into our wall, are these little hooks. It, for the most part, does stand on its own, but should this, for whatever reason, lean forward, these little loose hooks, I gotta fix that, the idea is to keep it in place. But this is my crafting tower. This is where I keep all of my glitter, my ribbons, and a few of my resin stuff for when I was doing resin. I believe I paid, what was it? Like 30 bucks for this rack. Yeah, totally worked. I've got enough clearance up there on my ceiling for another small rack if I wanted to add one up there, but I'm short. I can't get up that high. So yeah, that's been my art tower. There we go. All right, you sure bet I will have this up on Instagram when it dries. I'll do a little short video of it so you guys can get the full effect of the glitter. Now that I have my phone camera on, you can really see it. I adore how this turned out. I don't think it's quite done yet, though. I feel like it's still missing something else. But with that, we have been going on for 55 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to call it a day and let my phone recharge. Okay. Have a look on my Instagram account to see what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm up to. I will continue to live stream every Monday. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I usually post before I go live, so that way you can see what we're going to do today. And yeah, thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the live stream today. I will see you guys next Monday. Bye for now.